My name is Desba Hatafli, and I'm honored to be here today on behalf of Waymo and welcome Mothers Against Drunk Driving. At our core, Waymo and m.a.d.d. share a common mission to get drunk drivers off the road. This is deeply personal for me. As a former police dispatcher and a crime scene specialist, I spent years responding to drunk driving accidents here in Metro Phoenix. And it's heartbreaking and unfair to see these crashes when we know just how preventable each drunk driving accident is. I joined Waymo because I know how painful the losses are on the roads, and I'm far from alone. One of the first questions everyone is asked at Waymo is, what brought you here? Too often the answer from colleagues is that they or their family or someone they know has been affected by a drunk driver. People are inspired to come to Waymo to work on this technology because they want to build a solution. No one has dedicated themselves more to this cause than Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Every year, m.a.d.d. undertakes powerful, impactful work to raise awareness about the increased dangers on the road during the holidays. They ask supporters to remind everyone to designate a sober driver by displaying a red ribbon on their cars as part of their Taiwan On for Safety campaign. This year, Waymo is joining in. Starting today in Chandler, Waymo's entire fleet of self-driving vehicles will display a red ribbon through New Year's Day. m.a.d.d.'s mission is so core to what drives us in our work, and we can't think of how to send a stronger message about preventing drunk driving than joining this campaign. We look forward to continuing our partnership with m.a.d.d. and working together to create a safer world. Thank you. Turn it over to Jason Frazier from m.a.d.d.
Thank you. It's such an honor to be here, and we're so appreciative of the partnership with Waymo. Drunk driving remains the leading killer on the U.S. roads today, and risks rise dramatically between Thanksgiving and the New Year's holidays. According to data from the National Traffic Safety Administration, drunk driving deaths increased by 35% between Thanksgiving Eve and New Year's from 2013 to 2017. Last year, 1,143 people lost their lives from 6 p.m. on Thanksgiving Eve through New Year's Eve. In 2013, 846 people died in drunk driving crashes during this same time frame. And in 2017, 44 Arizonans lost their lives between November and December. Along with the Thanksgiving weekend, the month of December can be even more dangerous than usual because of the holiday festivities that go throughout the month. With a rising number of tragedies during the holiday season, m.a.d.d.'s annual Taiwan On for Safety campaign is the most important one ever, and we are proud to partner with Waymo to remind everyone to plan before the festivities begin. And that is the key statement right there, is plan ahead before the festivities begin. Have that plan in place before you start drinking. Designate a driver. Pick a safe route to get home so you get home safe and our families get home safe. We also want to highlight the promise that self-driving vehicles hold for our future and for a safe future tomorrow. As you can see, Waymo's cars will serve as a roving reminder to plan ahead, while technology is being developed and tested that will end drunk driving tomorrow. The red ribbons on the Waymo cars that you will see throughout the next couple months are a clear reminder that we are partners in ending impaired driving once and for all. When you see these vehicles out there, let it be a reminder, again, to make that plan, to have a wonderful holiday, and to get home to your loved ones. And trust me, we work with victims on a daily basis, and you do not want to be the person that causes the victimization. It is pure, pure devastation. m.a.d.d.'s campaign to eliminate drunk driving supports the advancement of autonomous technologies. And there are 4 prongs to our campaign that are important for everybody to continue to know and that we message. Number 1 is support for high visibility law enforcement. Number 2 is ignition interlocks for drunk drivers. Number 3 is to support our support for advanced vehicle technology and supporting these initiatives and taking personal responsibility for always designating a non-drinking driver. And again, it goes back to making that choice beforehand. There are too many times where people say, we'll figure this out after we get to the bar, we will figure this out when we get to the party, and that's already making a deadly decision. With the deadly rise in fatalities in Arizona over the past year, from 302 in 2016 to 320 in 2017, we want to remind our community, Arizona, we want to remind our country, who has seen so many needless deaths, on a decision that is 100% preventable, to always make the right choice ahead of time. Make the right choice to ensure that we all have a safe holiday season and that we can all get home to our loved ones. Again, I want to thank Waymo for their partnership, and I want to thank all of the media for being here today. This is such an incredible message that we need to get out there to our community. It takes 5 minutes to make that decision to avoid changing your life for a lifetime. With that being said, I would like to bring up a very special speaker who would like to share her story.
My name is Jennifer Thompson. Jason hit on a lot of great points. As the holidays approach, so do the dangers of the roadways. The most dangerous times, as Jason mentioned, was between Thanksgiving and New Year's. Tie One On for Safety is the big push during the holiday season to bring awareness to impaired driving and to designate a non-drinking driver. For me, I like to make things visual. Knowing that a large fleet of self-driving vehicles from Waymo are going to be displaying Tie One On for Safety makes it very visual, just like my daughter Felicia. My daughter was killed May 5th, 2007 by an underage impaired driver. My daughter was only 15 years old. She was a passenger in a vehicle driven by a 17-year-old drunk driver. The day that she was killed, there was a group of 8 girls, including my daughter, that made their way to the river on opening day. Before they made the long trip to the river, they made a stop at a liquor store on 32nd Street and Greenway and purchased a bottle of Hypnotic and a 24-pack of Coors Light. Once they made it to the river, the girls joined in the festivities and tubed and drank all day. All except one girl, and that one girl was my daughter Felicia. Once they were done on the river and needed to head home, my daughter got on the bus with a 17-year-old driver to go pick up their vehicle and make their way back home. Once they made it onto Bush Highway, heading towards the destination to pick up the other girls, they didn't make it very far. Upon coming out of the wreck area onto Bush Highway, right before Blue Point Bridge, the crash happened. Unfortunately, her life ended right at Blue Point Bridge. She was killed instantly from blunt force head trauma. The 17-year-old driver had a BAC of .093. There are a lot more details that I left out, but you get the gist. I will never leave out the most important detail, which is my daughter. She was the youngest one of the group that day, but yet she was the smartest one of the group. When her toxicology reports came back, they said that there was 0 alcohol or drugs in her system. The only drugs in her system were life-saving drugs. She was the most amazing, free-spirited girl. She had a love for life and enjoyed making everybody happy. She could just make them happy with just her smile, with her twinkling blue eyes and her deep dimple. I remember the last time I saw Felicia, which was Friday morning, when I dropped her off at school, and she was so excited. She jumped out of my truck, turned around, and told me that she was 7 months and 2 days, which meant she could get her permit and she could start driving. She was so excited, like it was a rite of passage. If she was here today, she would be the one waiting for that ride from Waymo, that self-driving vehicle. She would have been 27. In the 11 years since her death, the advances in technology have blown me away. Waymo is a building block to help keep the roads safer with the technological advances in self-driving vehicles. I can only imagine the advances in technology that will come in the near future, like alcohol detection systems in all new vehicles, systems that will detect alcohol in the driver's seat or in the hands of a driver. I wish some of these future advancements were in place 11 years ago. In 2007, in Arizona, there was 10,071 traffic-related deaths in Arizona. Of that, 337 involved impairment. There was not a significant change from 2007 to 2017. There was a total of 919 traffic-related deaths in Arizona. 320 of them involved impairment. That's 320 deaths too many, especially since it's 100% preventable, all with planning ahead. Knowing that you have a way to get home safely is the most important key to preventing this. With Waymo and the other means of transportation, calling a friend. I am grateful for this opportunity to speak in honor of my daughter, on behalf of m.a.d.d, and to kick off Taiwan on for Safety with Waymo. I once was a victim, turned survivor, and now advocate for m.a.d.d. With technological advancements of the future incorporated with Waymo and its self-driving vehicles, I see a future of no more victims. Thank you.